Hey folks, this is Jeff for This Week with JTT, and there's an interesting question I have to ask. Is he a hero or a villain? And I think you know who I'm talking about. The person in general I'm talking about is Luigi Mangione. I'm reading right now on American Associated Press, and right now there's this great big debate, this great big argument, and this is what I'm reading right here. It says here, part of U.S. News of American about Associated Press, arguments over whether Luigi Mangione is a hero offer a glimpse into an unusual American movement. Now, I hear some stories why some people think like he's a hero, but here's the reality of it all. I think, if I'm correct, the CEO Brian Thompson was killed, or was killed was unalive by Luigi Mangione, and basically people celebrated the, here's the thing, though. Is one thing if Brian Thompson has a long and seated track record of denying people and costing their lives. It's one thing it costs like a lot of people their lives, and he's directly involved. That's and I don't get me wrong. I refuse to condone killing of any sort. I refuse to condone violence of any sort. Do I understand that anger and frustration? Oh yes, no question about it. Especially you in a situation where you need to pay for a treatment that's literally life and death. Do the killing of a person because of it? No. No. Because if gone unchecked, it's going to evolve into something a lot more terrifying. People think like, oh, you gotta scare them. You're not gonna scare them. Probably gonna make them raise the rates to make life miserable for everybody else. But article starts off as this: is he a hero, a killer, both? Let's face facts. He unalived somebody's father. He unalived someone's husband. He unalived someone's cousin, nephew, friend, co-worker. It's one thing if that man was a violent rapist, child predator, or a wholesale terrorist trying to kill a lot of people in this country. Then I'd be like, oh, okay, this man gotta be stopped. But the worst we could say, the guy is crooked, greedy, dishonest, but he don't deserve death. Jail time, I understand that, but death, no. But people are happy about it. They're cheering it on. I mean, it's kind of weird. If you like root for somebody, you get up in this way. I read earlier, I read ahead, and Kyle Rittenhouse was mentioned. How the person supported Kyle Rittenhouse, and this person got banned. I forgot what social media because he supported Kyle Rittenhouse. He's the young man who defended himself against these thugs during these riots. And I think it's kind of funny though. Like for some reason, they looked at Kyle Rittenhouse. He's the biggest racist killer there is. But it'd be funny. I think, in my opinion, I think they'd be a lot happier if he let these people kill him. They'd be happier for some sick reason. But that's besides the point. Like I said, it starts with saying, is he a hero, a killer? Both. It goes on. About the same time, hashtag Free Luigi memes featuring a mustachio plumber from Super Mario Brothers. Mushroom online this week. Mushroom. Okay, I get the joke. Commentators shared memes showing Tony Soprano pronouncing Luigi Mangione, the man charged with murdering United Healthcare CEO in Manhattan, a hero. I'm sorry, folks, you don't want to hear it, but he's not a hero. Like say he accidentally got somebody while trying to take out Brian Thompson. There were postings lionizing Mangione's physique and appearance, the one speculating about who could play him on Saturday Night Live. I hope to God they don't make a joke of it. You gotta make a comedy skit about a human being who just got killed. I mean, pretty much got killed because he's the CEO of a medical life insurance thing or health insurance thing. Seriously? I hope to God that ever happens. If they ever make a skit of any kind spoofing a CEO of a medical health insurance, then Saturday Night Live lost its credibility altogether. Technically, they lost their credibility when Howard Stern's got greater ratings, and Howard Stern's operated in a way lower budget way back in the day before he went to Sirius radio station. Just saying. Whew. The ones to now say even threatening people at Pennsylvania McDonald's for spotting and calling the police. So let me get this straight. This person shot another person. He's on the run. He's on the run. He's a wanted criminal. If you shoot and kill somebody, you're a criminal. Last time I checked, one of the 10 Commandments is thou shalt not kill. So unless you're really ignorant of the Bible, look up Exodus. The 10 Commandments are there. Thou shalt not kill. Last time I checked, killing is against the law in this country. Last time I checked. Otherwise, he would be making a great run from New York to Altoona, Pennsylvania. It was too much for Pennsylvania's governor, a rising Democrat, who was nearly the vice president nominee for this year, Josh Shapiro, who was dealing with a case somewhere else that happened to land in his lap, decried what he saw was growing support for vigilante justice. Some for the reason I think of Batman and Luigi Mangione is no Batman, no Bruce Wayne, not even close. No. And somebody try to compare to Mario Bros. Like, come on, I like Mario Bros. Don't you dare misalign Mario Brothers and Luigi. No, don't you dare. Don't you even think about it. As with so many Americans' events at this moment in the 21st century, this curious case of Brian Thompson and Luigi Mangione has both captivated and polarized a media-saturated nation. That is true. This country is media-saturated to the highest levels. Yes. The saga offers a glimpse into how, in a connected world, so many different aspects of modern American life can be surreally linked, from public violence to politics, from healthcare to humor, on attempts at it. True. And someone's a question, too. How can so many people consider someone a hero when the rules that govern American society, the law, are treating him as the complete opposite? Well, duh. And this is the part that made me go like, what? He's being cast as a romantic figure. This I gotta read how. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna read this. I'm curious. Mangione is in a Pennsylvania jail cell as he awaits extradition to New York on murder charges. Little new information is available about a possible motive through writings found in Mangione's possessions hinted at a vague hatred of corporate greed and an expression of anger towards parasitic health insurance companies. So here's the thing, though. I get it. You're angry. You're not a fan of corporate greed. I agree. There's be certain laws, but it's going to be hard. It's one thing you want these laws passed, but they haven't passed insurance. It's not easy to think because you got a lot of lobbyists who's going to fight tooth and nail, make sure for such laws as such acts are not going to be passed. They're going to fight. They're going to find 1,001 reasons why you should not pass it. Why? Because if they ever pass, goodbye to their gravy train, goodbye to their money. And they got to fight like crazy to keep their money. That detail came after earlier clues show some bullets recovered from the scene that had the words, deny, defend, depose. Yeah, you know the guy was some serious time if he had time to carve these words on each bullet. This guy was on some serious time there. Reflecting words used by insurance industry critics, a number of the posts combine an apparent disdain for health insurance with no mention of loss of life with a vague attempt or what some call humor. I see no humor in this whatsoever. I don't. He took action against private health insurance corporation is what he did. He was a brave Italian martyr. He didn't die. Were you kidding me? The guy didn't get killed. In this house, Luigi Mangione is a hero. End of story. Think again. In the eyes of the law, he killed an innocent man in the coldest of blood. Yes, you can be angry. Yes, you can be frustrated. But the one thing you cannot do is take a man's life because you're angry and frustrated. Do you realize how we would be pretty much almost extinct if we'd be allowed to kill people because we're angry? There'd be a whole lot of dead people. One anonymous person said in a post on X that has nearly 2 million views. How scary is that? They love the idea of a person, just because he's mad, just because he feels like he's been done wrong, he could take another man's life just like that. You do know that's going to set a very, very slippery slope. Keep that in mind. Whew. On Monday, Shapiro took issue with comments like those. It was extraordinary moments that he tumbled into simply because Mangione was apprehended in Pennsylvania. Shapiro's comments, pointed and passionate and inevitably political, yanked the conversation unfolding on so many people's phone screens into real life. We do not kill people in cold blood to resolve political difference, a policy difference, or express a viewpoint, the governor said. In a civil society, we are all less safe when In a civil society, we are all less safe when ideologues engage in vigilante justice. I agree. All you do is make an argument for tighter gun control for the law-abiding citizens who are gun owners. Let's keep that in mind. But to hear some of his fellow citizens tell him that that's not the case at all, like Bonnie and Clyde, John Dillinger, B.D. Cooper, and other notorious names from the American past, Mangione is being cast as some to admire. This guy was valedictorian in his class. Not in junior high school, not in high school. I think it's in a college or university, something like that. This man can have any job he wants, any good paying job, and he pretty much effectively threw it away. Because his pride got the better. I think his pride somewhere took over, and that was it. You do know, folks, that of all of the 7 deadly sins, there's one that God probably hates the most, and that is pride. All I'm going to say, look up pride, especially like if you ask the question, which of the 7 deadly sins God hates the most? Trust me, it's pride. Believe me. I think the simple fact, when it comes to a person being prideful, they put themselves above all others. In some cases, they try to put themselves above God, and that's a big no-no. Goes on to say, more like domestic terrorism than vigilantism, and that's very disturbing. Regina Batson, an assistant political science professor at the University of Colorado at Boulder, has studied vigilantism, a term which Shapiro eluded. She doesn't see this case as a good fit for the word. She says because the victim wasn't linked to any specific crime or offense, as she sees it, it's more akin to domestic terrorism. I can't argue with that. But Batson viewed the threats against election workers, prosecutors, judges taken up, plus the assassination attempts against then President-elect Donald Trump this past summer, as possible signs that personal grievances or political agendas could erupt. Americans are voicing more support for, at least understanding of, political violence. That is scary. So if I was Mr. Trump, I was President Trump, I'd say get security like crazy. I mean, if I were you, sir, I'd say be like 50 cents, wear a bulletproof vest. Seriously, wear a bulletproof vest, because I have a bad feeling about this. Shapiro, apparently fed up with the embrace of the killing, praised the police and the people of Black County who abided by the 9/11 era dictum of seeing something, saying something. The commentators had Mangione wrong. The governor said, "Hear me on this. He is no hero. The real hero in this story is a person who called 911 at McDonald's this morning." That is true. That takes a lot of courage. The problem is now, like the people who support Mangione is coming out of the people who turned Mangione in. I see the person who turned Mangione in. I have to take a lot of guts, but probably they catch a lot of heat, a lot of smoke from Mangione supporters. Even shy of supporting violence, there are many instances of people who vent over how health insurance denied claims. Consider Tim Anderson, whose wife Mary dealt with United Healthcare coverage denials before she died from Lou Gehrig's disease in 2022. Man, the business model for insurance don't pay, Anderson, 67 of Centerville, Ohio, told the Associated Press. The discourse around the killing and Mangione is more than just memes. Conversations about the interconnectedness of various parts of American life are unfolding online as well. Propelled by the saga, one Reddit user said he was banned for 3 days for supporting Kyle Rittenhouse, who was acquitted after testifying he acted in self-defense when he fatally shot 2 people in 2022 during a protest. Yeah, 2020, keep that in mind. That's a very messed up year. Do you think people are getting banned for supporting Luigi to post one night? Good question. I doubt it. For some weird reason, I doubt it. Goes on to say, the commentators cover a lot of ground. They include people saying the United Healthcare slaying isn't a right or left issue, and wondering what would it take to get knocked off the platform. So someone want to push that envelope back. You probably just have to cross the line over into promoting violence, one commentator wrote. Not just laughing about how you don't care about this guy. Taken together, the comments make one clear thing. The case, and now Mangione himself, has captured the American imagination, at least for the moment. And when that happens in a nation of phones and memes, a lot of people are going to have opinions, from anonymous commentators on Reddit to governors of Pennsylvania himself. That's fact. That's fact. Like I say, I understand people's frustration, like especially God forbid someone loses their life over it. Yeah, that screams lawsuit right off the bat. Right off the bat, that screams lawsuit. But I do not condone it taking any lives, ever. Sue them, have them put in jail, but taking law into your hands, yeah, because that's going to a very dangerous, slippery slope. Simple as that. But folks, what do you think about this? I got post the link from the Associated Press, and you can tell me your thoughts on this. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you later. Peace.